We have sleeper terrorist cells in America.
I'm concerned about a cell sitting inside America today.
Hamas has a large network of cells spreading all across America.
Over the past couple weeks, we've received numerous warnings that there are believed to be sleeper cells, terrorist groups ready to perform a coordinated attack on U.S. soil here in the United States to wreak havoc on the lives of Americans. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you the list that we received in a map that I have created so you can visually see the locations of the cities on high alert. Now, the FBI and Congress have both warned that this is likely not just physical attacks, but cyber attacks against our infrastructure systems, our waterways, our airports, our electrical grids, and they said to be on the lookout. Now, in addition to that, they've mentioned that these are just the cities that are on the watch list, but there are likely many cities around the nation that they don't even know of, as these terrorist groups, likely from Hamas, funded by Iran, have come over the border over the past several years, and they are already here.
Thousands of people have come from Yemen, Iran, Syria, and Iraq.
We just caught 18 people just last month on the FBI terrorist watch list coming across our border.
Now, we have not yet heard a plan from the Biden administration to keep America safe. However, just in the past 24 hours, we have received a plan from former President Donald Trump, and he said it would be the biggest deportation effort that we have ever seen. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you that video footage, and in addition to that, I'm going to be sharing with you the map today so you can see exactly where the cities on the watch list are here in the United States. And I know this is not the information that most people want to hear, that there are potential attacks coming to the U.S. However, I believe that knowledge is power, and if you appreciate the knowledge that I'm giving to you today, do me a quick favor, smash the like button, just takes a second. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and if you want to support the channel, you can do so by clicking the join button, become a member, and all of the sources for my videos will pop up in your YouTube feed. But if not, no worries, I cite all the sources anyways. They will be linked in the description below for you. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, we're going to be taking a look at what former President Donald Trump released regarding his new plan here in just a second, and they said this would be the largest deportation effort that the United States has ever seen. Illegal immigrants would be leaving, and in addition to that, legal immigrants that are on visas or here legally, however they are supporters of terrorist groups, they would be on their way out as well. He said this will be implemented on day one. We're going to be looking at that in just a second, but first let's take a look at the map here as I've mapped out all the different cities that we have heard are on the watch list, and we've also heard that these are just the ones that we know of. And the FBI has already warned and said that this is not just physical attacks to be on the lookout for, but also cyber attacks against our infrastructure, our waterways, our electrical grids, our airports. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map so that way you can see it for yourself.
To all of you who are wondering why we should care about Hamas and what's happening in the Middle East, you should care because Hamas has a large network of cells spreading all across America. According to intelligence, they have cells in Boston, Maryland, New York, Laurel, Maryland, Potomac, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Henderson, Virginia, Springfield, Virginia, Raleigh, North Carolina, Boca Raton and Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Philadelphia, Cleveland, Ohio, Charlotte, North Carolina, Orlando and Tampa, Florida, Detroit, Michigan, Houston, Columbia, Missouri, Plainfield, Illinois, Kansas City, Chicago, Denver, Oklahoma City, Arlington, Texas, and Dallas, Texas, Tucson, Arizona, Seattle, Washington, San Francisco, Santa Clara, Los Angeles, and San Diego in California, who is calling for your destruction just as much as they call for the destruction of Israel. Wake up, America. That's why we need to stand with Israel.
So there is the map that I've created so you can visually see all of the different locations of the sleeper cells. And again, these are just the ones that we have on the watch list. There could be several others that we don't know of at this time. And again, they're saying to watch for a coordinated attack all at once to wreak havoc on the lives of Americans here on U.S. soil. Now, we are waiting for a plan from the Biden administration to see how they're going to be combating this. However, we have heard a plan in the past 24 hours. I shared it with you live as soon as it came out from former President Donald Trump. And now take a look at what he had to say so that way you can hear it for yourself.
I'll also be implementing strong ideological screenings for all immigrants coming in. If you hate America, if you want to abolish Israel, if you sympathize with jihadists, then we don't want you in our country, and you're not going to be getting into our country. I will cancel the student visas of Hamas and sympathizers on college campuses. The college campuses are being taken over and all of the resident aliens who joined in the pro-jihadist protest this month. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Come 2025, we will find you and we will deport you. We will deport you. It's caused by some very bad troublemakers, those events that you've been watching. In the past 3 weeks, crooked Joe Biden has turned a blind eye to the greatest outbreak of anti-Semitism in American history. You have the greatest. I call up friends of mine who happen to be Jewish. I say, are you watching what's going on? And they're actually frightened. And these are some pretty strong people. They're tough people. They're frightened. Their kids are afraid to go to school. And they never had that before. But in our colleges, media, and even government, nobody's ever seen anything like Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar, who openly campaign against Israel. Nobody's ever seen this before. When asked recently about rising anti-Semitic hate, Joe Biden's own press secretary had nothing to say about the rabid mobs in the street, and they're shouting, "Kill the Jews, kill the Jews," and she had nothing to say. In fact, she stuck up for the other side. She started talking about the other side. You all saw it. Nobody could believe it. Then she came back later. She said, "Oh, I misunderstood the question." As president, I will absolutely protect our Jewish citizens from these maniacs, lunatics, radical left thugs. Threats or crimes of violence against Jews will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. When I get back into office, I will put every single university and college president on notice. The American taxpayer will not subsidize the creation of terrorist sympathizers on American soil. Colleges and universities will purge the anti-Semitism and pro-terrorism. What you're doing, the terrorism, this pro-terrorism is so out of control. Nobody's ever seen, or they will lose their accreditation and every last penny of federal student loans. It will not be paid to them, probably shouldn't be paid to them anyway. Never forget, the same radicals tearing down posters of Israeli hostages, can you imagine, at our university, ripping them right off the wall, I couldn't believe it, are the ones tearing down statues of our American heroes, defunding our police, destroying our justice system, and demolishing our borders. These are the same people that you have, same people, not good people for us. The United States and Israel represent the pinnacle of Western civilization, which is exactly what these people want to destroy. They want to destroy it. This is why those who chant to Israel also chant always to America. Do you ever notice? They always put them together, and that's why American patriots and supporters of Israel, and you have tremendous support in this country, I can tell you that, must stick together, come hell or high water. You have to stick together. We must have strong borders, strong military, strong families, strong cultures, and above all, we must have a strong American president. That's where it starts. You don't have a strong president, the rest is just words. It's only words.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you support former President Donald Trump's new plan, or are you waiting to see if the Biden administration or somebody else will have a plan to help keep Americans safe here at home? Now, in addition to that, we also received word that there is a travel warning right now, and they're saying that it is not a good idea for American citizens to be traveling overseas. And if you're already over there, there are several warnings and bits of information that have come out for you to take into consideration. Now, if you missed that, be sure to check it out right here in this video next as I cover the details for you. And as more information comes out, I'll be sure to share here on the channel so that way you can stay up to date and you can prepare for you and your family. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.